Tiger King?
I have not seen Tiger King because everyone told me to watch this insane docu-series on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things I like about him. One, he records everything, which is really easy to get your genuine reaction to things when
right, because you can never predict when that golden nugget will fall from the sky. A moment.
Exactly. And the other thing he does well is he's really good at manifesting things in his life, like
the good and the bad.
I mean, he did at the end of that. Spoiler alert: he did end up in jail. No, you know that going in that he's in jail as it starts, but. So obviously he got a little bit carried away in his manifestation, but
just a bit.
But he was going so well. He was
towing the line.
He was doing so well. I mean, he married 2 dudes at the same time. Like he was really painting it out. Dude, like it seemed like an orchestra. Like the way he was working out his life. He had baby tigers.
Mastery.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, to live at that level of gear of life, that takes a great amount of energy. A certain kind of greatness, just in a different direction of what you would normally describe as greatness. You could have greatness in a negative direction.
It's pure dedication.
Yeah.
And he has a great story that propels him into this.
You know what? That cannot be denied because so many people were so fascinated by this Tiger King.
The number 1 on Netflix for weeks is like all of coronavirus is Tiger King.
Okay. Yeah, I still have not watched it. I can appreciate it for what it is. I'm not one to...
It's not that good. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, if you want, I'll save you 10 hours out of your life.
Johnny, my husband, watched it, and at first he was like, "This is not my thing." But then four episodes later, I'm like, "You're still watching this?" And he goes, "Dude, I cannot believe what I'm watching, and I cannot tear my eyes away."
If anything, it's important to watch just so that you can expand your imagination as to what's possible.
Yeah, it's about being limitless.
Yeah.
In your ideas of good taste, in your ideas of human decency. Yeah, I'm never one to be like, "No, you shouldn't watch that." I may choose not to watch something, but I'm always open to people just experiencing something for the sake of experiencing it. Like if that resonates with you in this moment because you want to expand your horizons on what you think is humanly possible in terms of behavior, yeah, by all means. I'm all about diving into the depths of what we think that we could do. Yeah, I can see that. It's spiritual. It's super spiritual.
It's super spiritual.
Yeah, it's really funny. Spiritualism doesn't have to be, what's oftentimes the new agey kind of, positive vibes. Sometimes it's just good to learn. It's just good to observe. Yeah,
I think it's transforming what spirituality means. It's because to me it's transformed a lot over the years, and now
I think it has for me too.
Yeah, where it's at now. Well, mostly what we were saying before is like what we want this podcast to be is like, for me, I want an outlet, an opportunity, because I love talking to you and it's great.
I love talking to you too.
I really do. I enjoy our conversations, and I feel like.
But I would have never recorded it.
I know.
I would have never done this.
And there's a reason why I'm doing this, and it's mostly because I don't want to do this.
I'm doing this because I don't want to do this too.
Yeah.
Understand this paradox. This is very important.
It's very important.
Please explain.
It's mostly about doing the things that you don't want to do, but it's because you know that they're good for you.
They're good for you. It's oftentimes a sign if you are initially repulsed by something or reluctant or kind of just like, I don't want to. That's actually the universe's way of saying you should probably do this.
Yeah, especially if it keeps coming up.
Yeah, because in order to grow, there has to be something to have friction against or to push against.
Yep.
And growth is all about pushing against yourself.
Yeah.
It's about stretching beyond what you think is your current case, your current limit. And that's why why I agreed to do this, why I initially recommended that you do this. I was encouraging you, you should do it. And then I was like, I should do it. But that was like with this sinking feeling of dread, like, oh, I should do this.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm not comfortable actually with expressing a lot of my thoughts. And I think that initially comes from a feeling of no one wants to hear what my thoughts are. And that comes with worthiness issues, and that's a whole other discussion, right? But that's something I've worked on. I've gotten a lot better at. But I know have that deep-seated root of not necessarily wanting to put my thoughts out there. But I realized that it's better to be more, to be comfortable with owning that and acknowledging that everything that I'm thinking is creating something. So I might as well do something that is meaningful. You and I enjoy this, so let's just go ahead and if you and I enjoy this,
right.
It doesn't have to be a ton of other people, but someone else may even enjoy this too.
Absolutely.
Or have similar thoughts, or thoughts that could be inspired by our thoughts. They may not necessarily agree, but something interesting can happen. So why not create? Why not be out there and be okay with just putting a part of ourselves out there, and just be more confident with creating our stories. Not just letting it happen, but actually being a contributor.
Right.
Because I do like writing, but I think putting your facial expression and voice, those are all levels of expression that I want to do better in putting into alignment together. And I think this is a good exercise for me, for you to do.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
so we're gonna suffer through this together.
Yeah. That's another thing that's been coming up is suffering, is like going after suffering before suffering has the opportunity to go after me.
Yeah, F suffering.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you suffering.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suffer on my own terms.
Yeah. There's a lot about that thought that I really like the idea that I'm the one haunting my demons instead of the demons haunting me.
Yeah, my sister
really
Jade
like
says this all the time. Like her daughter, my niece Lolo, is like, "Are you scared of ghosts, or are you scared of monsters?" And Jade would go, "Oh no, honey, the monsters should be scared of me."
Yeah.
And I totally admire that.
I love that.
I want to live my life that way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be scared. I have demons. Do I have demons? But I don't want to be chased by them.
Yeah.
I want I want to be master of my demons.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And one thing
that's badass.
One thing I want to master myself and I want to show people is the ability to identify our own demons for what they are. And just, like, for instance, this is a demon of mine. I think too much and I don't talk enough. And they're kind of
you do get in your head.
Yeah, I get in there, man, and I go so deep.
Sometimes I'll that's why I'll text you. I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
Because I know you have this habit, and a lot of people do. You're not the only one. But because I care about you and I love you, I actually message you about it.
Appreciate you.
And I will be like, "What's going on? What's going on in your life?" Because it's very easy. Because thoughts, again, it's just it's an endless, bottomless pit, and you can drown in them forever, for as long as you want.
Yeah.
And they fly in so many different directions in your brain, which is, an infinite space, and it's very easy just to float away in them.
Yeah. No matter how good a swimmer you are, you want to get out.
you want to get out of your own head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I used to be more like that. I've learned to be more extroverted in that sense. I think it's good to be introverted and introspective, but it's very easy to get lost in that too. Just like you can get lost in the extreme direction of just being too much, feeling the need to be too much in a crowd and just getting lost in that madness. That's a different kind of lost. But we are more naturally on the other side of the spectrum. So we're just trying to find more balance, I think. And anything is spiritual, you just have to know how to use it.
I agree.